Be Tua or Herbert Sunday night? What do you think?
I'm going with Herbert on this one. I really think that, Tua last week, out of their struggles there against the 49ers, I understand the 49ers have a very good pass rush. But the Chargers, they've been up and down, and they've been kind of like a roller coaster. I think in this matchup, they're going to have a good game plan, and I think Herbert goes out there, throws more touchdown passes.
Woody, more passing yards, Kirk Cousins or Jared Goff?
I'm going with Jared Goff. Listen,
wow.
For people out there that haven't watched the Detroit Lions,
they look good.
The Lions are cooking. Like we talk about, they have one of the top offenses in the National Football League. They are good on a lot of different levels offensively. They're good on the line. They got Jameson Williams coming back, Ross St. Brown. Like they have legitimate pieces on the offensive side. I can't wait to watch this one.
Bart, more rushing yards, Jalen Hurts or Daniel Jones?
I'm going to go Daniel Jones.
Wow.
And I understand, listen, it's because out of necessity. He's going to be running scared straight, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? Put your hands in my pocket, you know what I mean? So he's got to. It's just him and Saquon. You understand that when Daniel Jones drops back, nobody's going to be open. So what is he going to have to do? He's going to have to improvise. I think a little RPO game. I think Jalen Hurts is really working on his passing game from the pocket. You saw him last game, try to kind of, win from the pocket. I think they need more of the same to get ready for the playoffs.
Listen, Hurts is having a fantastic year. Preseason at Caesars Sportsbook odds to win the MVP race greater than 20-1. But now, after guiding the Eagles to an 11-1 record so far, the odds have dropped to plus 160. A few points behind Patrick Mahomes for the best in all of the league. Now, here's the one thing I don't understand. When you look at the odds, you look at Patrick Mahomes being the slight favorite. Eagles, I know, and at the beginning of the season, we were talking about Josh Allen probably being the MVP. Mm-hmm. But Jalen Hurts, best record in the league, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm a Cowboys fan, and I'm sitting here talking about the Eagles, and it hurts me to say this. Probably we said he's got to be more accurate. He's got to be a pocket passer. But if you look at it, on passes thrown 20-plus yards downfield, he leads the league in both QBR. He's thrown the league high, 10 TDs. He's got just one pick. Why aren't all of us yelling Jalen Hurts for MVP?
Because he's not the only one having a great year. I mean, like it's not disrespectful to Jalen Hurts to pick someone else. Like he's a strong candidate and could absolutely win it right now.
Shouldn't he be the leading candidate, though?
I would go with Mahomes right now. What has Mahomes done wrong to lose the award? I mean, it makes it just as strong a case. The team's record is not as good. But, I mean, I think you could make the argument that the Eagles have put, a team around Hurts to help him succeed, and that Mahomes has overcome the loss of his best receiver in a spectacular way, operating really the league's most efficient offense. Again, the problem with these arguments is, people take it the wrong way. Oh, you must not like Jalen Hurts. No, it's just about picking one. You can't have multiple winners. So I would go with Mahomes, but I think it's a race, and I think Hurts can catch him. Sure.
Yeah, most valuable player, right? If you put Jalen Hurts on the Kansas City Chiefs, are the Kansas City Chiefs as good? If you put Mahomes on Philadelphia, what are they? Right, we might be talking about undefeated. And listen, not all 11-1s are created equally. We remember a couple of years ago when Pittsburgh came out, we knew there was a Fugazi 11-0. We knew that's exactly what's happening with the NFC different. East. Yeah. But that's exactly what's happening in the NFC East. What good wins does Philadelphia have? Over Minnesota? We know that Minnesota is heavily flawed as well. That's why I picked
Dallas?
That's why I know. I mean, come on, who was the quarterback?
Brad Cooper Rush.
Right, so when I talk about, Joe Burrow, you have to ask what Joe Burrow just done. First of all, he got out to a slow start. He beat Patrick Mahomes, right? He's going to have an opportunity to beat Josh Allen. He's going to have an opportunity to beat Action Jackson. If the Bengals continue on the trajectory that they're on right now, he's going to beat everybody's favorite quarterback and everybody's favorite team. And they're a legitimate threat to win the Super Bowl. Guess what? Because we saw him in the Super Bowl last year. So you got to go Joe Burrow.
But would the Eagles be 11-1 if they didn't have Jalen Hurts as quarterback?
That's a great question. I don't think they.
Trumania would get it done.
Listen, I don't think so, because I think that Jalen Hurts. I mean, listen. I think each year Jalen Hurts is elevated his game exponentially. We know that Jalen Hurts is a great runner of the football. There's no denying from inside the pocket, Jalen Hurts has produced at a very, very high level. Now, I think what a lot of people will say about the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts is, look at the supporting cast around Jalen Hurts. There's no question. You can make the argument, best offensive line, wide receiving core is outstanding. Dallas Goedert, one of the best, when they get him back, one of the best tight ends that we have in the National Football League. On top, we didn't even talk about on the other side of the ball. So I get it. Here's what I will say. and I'm jumping to Bart's guy. I said Joe Burrow's coming. Joe Burrow is coming because I think right now, Bengals might be the best team in the league.
Ooh, wow.
I think the Bengals might be the best team in the league
Bold
right
prediction.
now.
It's true.
You waited till now to get your bold. For Tom Brady and the Buccaneers after that Monday night miracle comeback against those Saints. Up next for Tom Terrific, trip home to California, face the 49ers. Their head coach Kyle Shanahan had plenty to say about TB12.
I feel like his arm's stronger now than it was 10 years ago, and his legs move just as good as they did 10 years ago. They weren't great then, but he's extremely efficient and quick in the pocket and knows where to look and knows where to get the ball to, and he's still the best to play. I think he's playing as good now and throwing the ball as well now as I've seen anybody ever do it.
Okay, so listening to that, I thought about that old saying, you can catch more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. Graz, is Kyle Shanahan, telling the truth about Tom Brady, or is this kind of maybe a recruiting type of technique, trying to get him to come to San Francisco next season?
Yeah, look, I think speculation about Brady and where he'll play next year, and if you want to include San Francisco, I think there's ways to get there logically. I don't think that's where Kyle Shanahan's head is. I think this is probably more like, Bill Belichick or like the college coach that is buttering up the opponent in the week ahead of time, right? So, no, I think there's a time and a place for that, but I don't think that Kyle Shanahan's thinking right now, wouldn't it be great to have Tom here next year? I think there's a lot that has to happen between now and then for that to become realistic.
What's that, killing with kindness?
Yeah.
So you're pushing the kindness. Oh, he looks great. He's faster than he's ever been. He's 45 years old. What are we talking about here? But again, I understand where a coach is coming from. You're going to be over the top when it comes to the other team, the opponent. You're not going to have bulletin board material. So, what's Tom Brady doing well this year? Protecting the football. We know he's protecting the football. Yeah. The team itself isn't protecting Tom necessarily well, but he's like a statue. Like, Tom's not moving in the pocket. He's not getting out of the way. So, again, I think that's just the coach being over the top with praise to the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine he has a lot of admiration. Remember what Tom Brady did, the greatest comeback of Super Bowl history. He was there, witness to see that, right? Coming back and winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, it hurts to even give you any type of credit, Nico.
It was my last game. Yeah, I know. I got beat on a flat route for a touchdown. Okay, the guy was really fast.
Tom saved your ass, so you owe Tom a lot.
Thank you, Tom.
But you talk about Tom Brady, and listen, at this point in his career, the team is failing. That offense was anemic at best, last week, and it took a collapse from the defense of the Saints for them to even be in this situation. With that being said, they're probably going to win their division, and they're going to host a football game, and probably Dallas is going to go there, and that's going to be an interesting thing. But Tom Brady is throwing the football as well as he's ever thrown it because he still plays the game above his shoulders. That was always his strength. Him being able to facilitate, understand what you're trying to do, and be able to find where the openings are. And when you talk about going forward, that would be the perfect person to mentor Trey Lance. I understand we don't want to put Trey Lance in the Jordan Love type of program, but that's a tremendous opportunity for Tom Brady. The San Francisco 49ers has a team that can support Tom Brady. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers don't. They can't protect him in the inside, and on the outside, I think they have a tackle that leads the league, or maybe in history. I've never seen a guy have